Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Åse Wegerif and I have a personal experience in having a narcissistic mother. I'm also a registered counselor and run a private practice where I help other people who have grown up in this situation themselves, and I'm now on YouTube to try to reach out to more people to help you in this situation. So today I want to talk to you about and put words on an experience that you must have felt a lot of growing up and also as an adult being around your narcissistic mother, which is being in conflict with yourself, having a sense of inner conflict and having different voices. You can call it by different names, but like having different voices inside of you competing, conflicting feelings, many different feelings alongside each other and so on. Because this is what a narcissistic mother does to you. She carries a deep inner conflict in herself, which she doesn't do anything about. So instead of it being inside of her, it gets flipped out into her relationships and appears as conflicts in you who are in relationship with her. So in this video, I want to tell you about 5 different types of conflict. There are so many, but I want to tell you about 5 different types of conflict, which I'm sure that you'll be able to recognize in your own life, or you may be. And I want you to know that your experience is valid. Even if the outside relationship, like the practical side of it, looks so perfect and others around you seem so fine and happy and everything, your internal state of deep conflict inside is valid. So let's get the gaslighting out of here and speak the truth. So my name is Åse Wegerif and I'm a registered counselor, and I also have my own experience with this. If you find that this really resonates, please like, subscribe or comment, because that really helps me. So the first conflict is that in reality, everything about your narcissistic mother, whether she's being nice or she's showing you the true self that is being really nasty and that nobody else gets to see, everything is difficult. It's all a game, it's all manipulation, it's all it's her wicked world. So everything about her is difficult, but it's something that is really hard to deal with, and it's impossible for a child growing up to see the truth because it's too threatening. You have to, as a child, you have to defend and keep the bond to her, the attachment that you are able to get. So that means that you have to shove away your true perceptions that you do have inside of yourself. This deep knowing that this is the situation has to be shoved away, and then you buy into something which is easier to believe, which is easier to grow up with. And what is easier for a child is to believe that all the pain, all the hardship, all the disappointments, all the lack of love is coming from you being deficient, rather than accurately seeing that she's the one that's causing it. And supported by that is also her need to not own this in herself. So what she doesn't own in herself ends up in the relationship between you and her, and then you take it into yourself, believing that you are bad, not good enough, setting you up for cycles of repetition of this in your later life. And she's scapegoating you, so she's agreeing with this. So you're getting it validated by your own mother. So these are deep inner conflicts that you carry from early on, and lots of adults still carry it, the conflicts of knowing this or not knowing. It's a slow process to come out of the fog of this manipulation and actually seeing this conflict for what it truly is. So if the first inner conflict is the deep knowing that this is going on, that she's an abuser, but you can't know it, then the next part, the conflict that you carry inside is, I know it, but I can't show it. So everything about her is very difficult. And with being a child of hers, you are experiencing your hardest soul lesson to learn. It's your most difficult assignment in this lifetime. She carries this shadow and unresolved, difficult feelings that she doesn't deal with in herself, and she never will. And it's there. It's not gone. It's there. She doesn't want to look at it, but it's playing out between you, and it wants to come into you. It wants to penetrate your psychic skin, confuse you, overwhelm you, horrify you, shock you, and make you scared. And quite often I imagine that you do have feelings like this around her. But the problem is, it's hard to get support for this. You know it, that you've maybe come out of like the not knowing into the knowing, but then showing it or getting support is a real conflict, because nobody is going to believe you. She's manipulating everyone. She's staging how she looks. She's wearing masks and acting so that basically you're on your own. When people do behave badly to us, there is a part of us that wants to go back to the person who wrongs you and point it out to them and get them to acknowledge that they've done you wrong and so on. And with her being a narcissist, that's pretty much out of the picture. That's why it becomes a conflict inside of you to carry. So the third kind of conflict, inner conflict that you have is, your truth, what you feel inside. Your truth doesn't match up with the truth that you're experiencing coming from her or from other people. The thing is, your narcissistic mother is causing a deep inner conflict in you, because if you want your life to be easy, then you just go along with her understanding, then you don't get targeted. If you and you don't get punished, and no harm will come to you for sure, but you can opt for an easier life in one way, not at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, getting older, our truths come back to haunt us, is my experience at least, with seeing people around myself aging and also working as a therapist. So you have a choice to make. Do you buy into her truth, or do you stand with your own truth? So you don't, because if you buy into her truth, you need to sacrifice your own truth. It means staying safely inside your comfort zone, which is the adapted survival personality that you had to have when growing up. But as an adult, we have to come out of our survival personalities and choose our personal truth and be who we really are, and to let that unfold as life gets older. That way you can come closer and closer to your authentic self and your spiritual truth, and start to live, thrive, shine, and give your gifts into the world. So do you want to do that, or do you want to do you want to stay safe? So it's a major conflict that you're standing in. So the fourth conflict I want to say is that this is ongoing. It's particularly difficult when you're a child, when you really truly need, but also as an adult, when you truly really need her to be there for you, and especially if she has the capability of helping you and helping you out, and she's actually ending up not doing it, maybe because she gets, emotional feed to lift herself up from not being there for you. She's actually your abuser. She's actually the one who makes your life the most difficult. She is the one who causes you pain, yet she's also the one that you need to attach to in order to grow up. You need her to provide at least the physical side for you, but also as a child, what's most important, well, not that you can really compare it like that, but what's highly significant is that you need her emotionally in order to develop, to have the chance to develop into a healthy adult yourself. And you don't get to do that because she is a narcissist. So it's a very, very hard situation to not be free to seek support, knowing that there is goodness and protection and care coming to you, knowing that she has these two different faces and that she may very well flip into being abusive to you when you need her the most. So that is a source of tremendous conflict inside, both as a child, but it can also last a lifetime. So the fifth and last conflict that I'm bringing up, I mean, there are so many. Being conflicted inside is part of your long-term how you feel inside. And from the outside, other people have mothers, they just don't get it, what your situation is like here. And the fifth one I want to bring up is that it's not just her, it's the whole family system, where the conflict that you have emotionally inside of yourself, which actually originates inside of her, is something that doesn't just come inside of you in the relationship with her, but it ends up spreading to all the relationships that you have in your family system because of the way she manipulates, gaslights, creates different experiences in you and your siblings, and there's maybe a gaslit, codependent parent as well here, who's maybe trying to just play along, closing their eyes to your experience, to your pain, looking another way or escaping. So you end up in an internal conflict inside of yourself in relationship to all the other people that you have in your family, because you can't really be who you are, you can't really speak your truth, you can't really come from a place of authenticity and reach the other one, that the other one also comes in a place of authenticity. So to have a true dialogue, to have a true meeting, it becomes impossible in this when she's a narcissistic mother. So you're sitting with all the feelings of of these conflicts the whole time. And it's a big burden to carry. It's an invisible burden. People who don't experience this don't understand what you're going through. What I hope is that I hope you felt validated in your experience by this video. I hope it's made you think and become aware of things in your life and in your situation, so that you're not just in it, but you actually can see it, so that you can, what we're blind to controls us, but what we get awareness around is something that we can begin to relate to in a different way over time. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and if it has, then I hope you would consider maybe subscribing, maybe commenting or liking, because I really, really appreciate that, and that really does help me to reach out to more people. So thank you for that. But anyway, I hope that you got something good, and I hope to see you again, and I wish you a really good day.